So quick update on the Honda Pilot 2003. Got the radiator out. I got the battery box out. I got the intake plenum off. I got the power steering reservoir and cooler off and draining. Got the front bumper off. I don't have a hoist or anything, so what I'm going to be doing is I attach a chain right here on the bumper support, and I lift it up and I lift it down with the engine hoist and then roll the engine out. That's how I do it. So we got most of the electrical all undone. We got to be working on the heater core next, and then we're going to lift the car up. We're going to remove the front struts and the exhaust. We can remove a few of the subframe bolts, loosen them up, get them ready to be taken down. Then we have to go into the car and remove the wiring harness from the engine to the ECU, the computer. After that, we also have to take off the belts and the motor mount and remove the air conditioner and put it off into this little pocket right here. That's what I did last time. That way I didn't have to try to redo the air conditioning system, because the AC on this works perfect, and that's why we're doing this, is because my wife wants this AC. The AC is so cold in this car, so definitely got my work cut out for me still. I still have to remove the fuel line as well and depressurize it. And yeah, I'm hoping by midweek or by next weekend we will have the engine ready to be pulled out, and with the transmission. Again, we're going to be putting a new power steering pump, all new power steering lines, and a rack and pinion in this vehicle, as well as a new torque converter, because we're getting a torque converter code. I think it's P0420, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, we're getting it little by little. It's always a little slow process, and it was hot today, so I retreated. I had to also watch my sons, so I had to do the daddy roll. So hopefully we'll be able to get to this tomorrow after work, around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and we'll be able to get some more stuff done to this to where we'll be ready to pull it out. We also have to remove the steering from the rack and pinion, so we need to mark that and make sure we slide it back into position. That is another thing that we must do. So yeah, we got a good head start today, definitely. What's up, guys? We're here pulling the engine transmission out of the Pilot. We're using a engine lift instead of a actual engine car stand. We are definitely we lifted it up from the front bumper, and we took out the stands that was under. We put a rolling cart underneath it, and we're going to now lift it yet again with the engine and subframe out, and then roll the engine out this way, and we'll be able to fix it. This has definitely been a fun project. When you're doing this, you definitely want to go inside your cockpit and make sure that your steering coupling is coming off of the rack and pinion right, and you're making sure that no electrical lines or hoses are connected. At this point, we are starting to lift the body now, so now's the point where we got to start keeping an eye on any type of anything that is still connected. So Up, up, and away. All right, got the engine all off to the down. The body's up in the air. We're gonna move it out to the side and drop the back down, and that's all one. What's up, guys? Got the engine out with the transmission. Did not go nowhere near as planned, but it is out. And now it's all about time to get it all fixed and put back together. We got it right over here on the stand. We had to remove the shift cable with it because I forgot to take off the shift cable. I'll get that before we put it back together, and I'll put it all back how it should be. But there she is. We're going to be replacing motor mounts as well as the rack and pinion right here because it's leaking at both ends. We're going to be replacing the torque converter and also a few other small parts like the axles. I have them under warranty. We're going to be changing this transmission filter as well. We're going to be doing valve cover gaskets, making sure the valves are on time or in spec. We're going to be changing out this guy, this thermostat housing, EGR gasket, all of the oil pump gaskets. I'm tired of this thing leaking oil, so it's going to get a full pretty much rebuild other than rebuilding the guts. And head gaskets, I'm not fucking with those. So hopefully within the next week or two I'll be putting this all back together into the car. And you can see there was an oil leak or something right here. Oh no, that's actually probably from this. So here's a perfect example of the ultrasonic cleaner. I just put a little bit of Dawn and hit it with a plastic wire brush to push the Dawn into the oil-based salt, whatever this is. And it definitely made this thing like brand new. It was all this color, and this is the after 20 minutes 30 minutes of the ultrasonic cleaner. This is why I swear by the ultrasonic cleaner. After I'm done with this, I will put some WD-40 on it and clean it. I mean, put it in a bag, and that way it doesn't rust. And then when we're ready to put it back on, we will put it on and get it all sealed up. So here we got the subframe, we got the rack and pinion in, and the new power steering high pressure line. Always when you're putting a rack and pinion in, you want to go ahead and replace this line. These guys always like to leak right here at this fitting or right down here when you go to put the new one in. So definitely replace the hose when you're doing this job. We went ahead and put a two-part epoxy inside the motor mount so that it doesn't fall down on itself, because this Honda Pilot definitely likes to lose this back motor mount. It is a known bad flaw in this design. We got the motor on the stand, and we went and checked valve clearance. The water pump's loose, everything's all loose because we're going to be replacing all the seals on the back side of the oil pump and cleaning and replacing the Honda bond on the bottom of the oil pan. So as soon as we get our gaskets in, we will be replacing all this. It's so crazy how the top end gasket kits don't come with these back seals, these ones. And it's like, well, I'm doing a top end, why wouldn't it come with it? No real reason on why it doesn't, but it doesn't come with the oil pan gasket, oil dipstick as well, or the VTEC oil filter gasket. So we're waiting on one that's a whole entire engine rebuild kit compared to just the top end one. So little by little, we're still waiting for that, but all the parts are pretty clean. We went ahead and did a two-part epoxy as well inside this motor mount on one side. Everything went into the ultrasonic cleaner and got cleaned. EGR valve got into the ultrasonic cleaner, and so did this big old piece. I'm telling you, these ultrasonic cleaners, they're the best thing ever. Can't put this on until I get those seal pieces though. So I'm at like a standstill. But hopefully soon.